welcome to another washing machine video. Today we're going to use another Speed Queen commercial washer. This is going to be the, there's the model number, SWNNY2SP116TW01, built by Alliance Laundry Systems, LLC. Made in the United States. Well, you can tell the control panel it's made of metal. Cabinets made of metal too. And when was this built? 24/12/022547 2070/26. If anybody knows how to decipher any of these numbers, let me know. Here's what I'm going to wash today. There's this, some shirts, shorts, boxers, my Cowboys uniform, and some pants as well. Yeah, it's gonna be a strength, basically, test for this machine. So, yeah, folks. I wonder what that sound is. That high pitch buzzing. What's up? The sky. That's what's up. Okay. We're loading a washing machine. We're loading. Of course, we're gonna have a towel here. Message is help. Washing Granny's underwear strip. What do you mean, Metro? Oh my goodness. Metro says some of the weirdest stuff sometimes. Don't forget the Tide and the dryer sheets. I'm using wool balls instead. Balls made out of wool. They say it's a lot better than fabric softener or dryer sheets. I don't like Tide. Tide, you're supposed to separate the whites from the colors. Well, this is how I'm going to wash. That, I guess it only applies for the first wash, if I'm not mistaken. Other than that, I think we're all good. I don't think it's gonna have much effect on this wash. On the clothes. The door, by the way, I have bypassed the lid lock, or not the lid lock, but the lid switch. Usually when you open it up, it will stop the cycle, but I made it so that the washing machine will, it will think it's closed, but it's really open, so y'all can see the wash action. By the way, the high-pitched buzzing just stopped. I don't know what it was. All right, I'm gonna put the camera here. If you remove the card reader, you can wash for free. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble with the University Housing Authority or whatever they call themselves. I don't want to get in trouble with them. Hold up just a moment. Trying to make this so that you can see the wash action. We're going to use Ajax laundry detergent. That's the one that I bought back in Walmart, back at home. And that's the one that I got. Goodness. Bro, is that actually bolted? Next thing, making dorm gourmet food. Yeah, who knows? Maybe that'll happen. Oh, it is bolted. Are you kidding me? They college food hack stream. Maybe. Hold up just a moment. Let me see if I can set this up to give you the greatest angle. Oh, I could just do this. No, that won't work sufficiently, at least. How far is the college from your home? A little less than 2 hours. Yeah. This microwave is bolted. So what they did with the microwave is they literally screwed the microwave to the table. I didn't know they could do that. By the way, I just muted the mic because I had to move back the table from where it was and it makes loud noises. Okay, well. Sheesh. What did I do? Oh. So, yeah, that's how I will roll. Regular, deluxe. Don't you come home on weekends? Well, yes, but I decided to stay here at the dorm for this weekend. So we've got regular, deluxe, ultra. We'll put it on ultra wash, which will give a longer wash time, I think. Cycles, normal, synthetic, and delicate. We'll keep it on normal. And you can only use cold water on this. The hot water on this one does not work. I don't know what happened. It's probably a connection issue or something. But yeah. Right now I'm leaning toward coming home next weekend. Sorry folks, just trying to get this. Oh, there we go. I think this will work perfectly. Oh, but it's leaning downward. Can I just push it that way? Oh well. I'll figure it out. Let's put our card in first, and then we can start the cycle. Oh, sorry. Where did I put the button? Down here. There we go. Who's your favorite Transformer character? I only know Optimus Prime, so I'll go with Optimus Prime. So, start. Enjoy the cycle, folks. Unfortunately, because I'm showing the wash action, you cannot see, but we got 39 minutes in this wash action. So, yeah. I'm going to keep silent for the rest of the wash action. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. So I already put the detergent in place. where, you know, the water will hit. So yeah, I'll keep silent. I'll be on my laptop. Oh, sorry. I'll be on my laptop answering any questions that you may have. So I'll still be around, but just I'll keep myself hushed during this washing. Oh, fine. Trying to get to work. Oh my goodness. Actually, I'll go. Hold on. there we have it. Open lid, 0, 0. Let me just untie this so that the lid lock will trip. Or not the lid lock, but the lid switch. Yep, that is it. That is it. And let me get this side on the container. Okay. Now the lid should switch, or the lid switch should work. And there it is. All right, so that's the wash cycle. Yeah, they smell clean. They smell really clean. I don't smell anything, which is a good sign. It smells clean. Nothing else to say. I'm just gonna gather all of these clothes, and I also washed my uniform, my Cowboys uniform. Okay. As time went on, washer technology has grown to make machines faster. Yeah. The older machines with transmissions, those they spun at around 640 RPM. Not just this, pretty much any of them, to be honest. But that was every washer back then. Even the old Whirlpool direct drive washers, those were infamous for spinning that speed. Actually, compared to all of the transmission washers, the Speed Queen spins the fastest, but take it with a grain of salt. I still need to do some research, so take this lightly. Yep, this is what we've got. Okay. So what I say to you is, if you're looking for functionality, proven reliability, and an overall washer that won't let you down, and you're not scared of the price, go for the Speed Queen. Go for it. If you want something that will save your water bills, but will wash perfectly amazing, like this Speed Queen, maybe even better, LG and Electrolux are viable options. What I love about LG is they have this, what do you call it? I forgot. Recirculation pump that they use to basically regurgitate the water back to the clothes and reuse it so that all the clothes get wet and, clean better. Yeah. If you want something really cheap, you don't care that it doesn't last too long, but you want something cheap, get a lower end GE or even one of those lower end Whirlpools. I know I said Whirlpool is probably the worst quality, but the best washer from Whirlpool is one of those washers with an enameled basket or tub, whatever you call it. The basket has to be white inside and has that dual action agitator that they are known for. And yeah, What else? What else was I gonna say? Yeah, make sure it's like a really cheap ones so you won't get. If you get one of the, I guess, slightly higher ends, they work differently than the bottom of the barrel ones. Um, those, um, they're generally not well reviewed. They have like what seems like a dual action agitator, but it's really not. You want to make sure the agitator, you can freely move it back and forth without any give, like this, and then it'll get stuck like this, and then it can only go in one direction. It can't go in both. Or if it doesn't move at all, then don't get that. You know. Features like dual action agitator can certainly help a cheaper end model be effective. When choosing a cheaper model, you want to get one that is best value. Yeah. So if you want to get something that's healthy for your wallet, get one of the lower end GEs and Whirlpools. Do not go anything higher above that because you might have some issues like those washers. They're notorious for not. I don't know. The impeller models, they don't have an agitator. They just have like a thing like a wash plate with 3 little fins or bumps. Those generally do not fare well on Whirlpool. And if you get like something from the top of the line models of Whirlpool GE, I think GE is slightly better. Maybe you'll have some issues with the control board, but it's not quite as ubiquitous as Whirlpool's woes. But still, I'll be cautious concerning GE. Because it's unproven. I'll just put it that way. It's not proven. And some of these washers that GE is selling are on sale, which means we might get a brand new model or something. Or I don't know. It's best to get a wash machine that has agitation in general. It helps speed up the cleaning process. Yeah. And it's proven. Alright, I'm gonna start the dryer. But yeah, that is indeed true. Stores are probably giving discounts on those models so they can clear the floor and make way for newer models. Yeah, that's probably true. So I've got this on the low temp setting, and I'm gonna close my laptop and bring all my stuff with me. Low. And this is how the dorm looks. This is the washer, and that's the dryer, and there is the microwave. I can't believe they screwed the microwave directly to the table. Can y'all believe that? It's a sharp carousel microwave. I didn't know they could do that. That's the door. Oh goodness gracious. So I'll just leave that drying. I've moved away from the fabric softener. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Just a moment. Let me get it out of the way. Let me get this off. I'll leave this here. And let me bring the door with me, or the phone with me. Do I have my keys? Yes, I think so. Yeah. They want to make sure none of the students steal it and take it to their dorm. LOL. Oh. I didn't think about that. But I guess in that case they could just steal the table. Was the cable wire in your dorm functional? No. Not at all. And if you're wondering why my hair is all frizzled up, that's because I just took a bath. A few 60 minutes ago. And yeah, it's still drying. It's still air drying, so chances are they canceled the service that was removed years ago. They just never bothered to cables and wall jacks. Yeah, because they might reuse them. They might manage to get those services back at some point. I can't say that for certain, but it's certainly possible. Okay. Let me plug this into the wall. Oh. Either they renew it or didn't want to waste time and money removing the cables when they can leave it. Right. And it's convenient for, if any other service uses the same kind of technology, then they could definitely go that route and use pre-existing technology. Is this the student lounge you're in? Yes, it is. Oh, they're called... Oh, okay. So, the authority that oversees all the dorms, they're called Residence Life, which covers all the dorms. Not just this one that I'm in, but the other one. Mine is called Martin Hall. And over there, across is Lucio Hall. And across from that is Mesquite Village West. And then on the other side, across from Martin Hall, is Lynch Hall, which is for girls only, for women only. Yeah, I wish that they would use, instead of just cards, they would also allow for cash. Sorry for the slamming. Show people around. Even vending machines take cash. Yep. I'd imagine there'd be some cash, some machines that don't take cash, vending machines, but generally, yes. Not that I don't want. Even parking garage ticket machines take cash. Yep. Or wait a second. We went to a parking garage in Houston, in downtown Houston, and we had to use card, I believe. I don't think it took cash, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. But a speed queen washer doesn't? That's just weird. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they don't take cash. They should. But in the end, they don't. If I can get a hold of those people who installed that thingamajigger, I'll ask them if they could switch from a card-only payment to a cash and card dual. I mean, it can also be because they break down or something. I don't know. I know that a few cash machines over there in a self-checkout at HEB and Walmart, they break down, and many of them, because of that, are forced to only take cards. Not accepting cash is a bozo no-no. That's telling anyone who doesn't have cash, crap it, clowny. Yeah, the only reason I could think of is if you go to HEB or Walmart, sometimes they'll break them. Walmart uses NCR cash registers, which have been known for being great. Now they're just horrid. Yeah. The Walmart in Port Lavaca uses those cash registers that are the normal type, the ones that I've known for a while. Walmart in Kingsville and in Victoria, I believe, they use those that whenever you put a bill in, it sounds like it's taking a snapshot or a picture. It sounds like whereas the old ones sound more like this. I believe they use IBM cash registers in the cashier lanes, but use NCR for self-checkout. Okay. What would you call the new ones? Not the... Are they also NCR, just a different model? Or are the old ones NCR, the new ones? Or... I think the newer ones are NCR, but I could be wrong. NCR Voyix, to be exact, because NCR changed their name and spun off their ATM division as NCR Atleos. Okay. So, yeah, those newer ones at the self. I went to a Chase that we were using an NCR Atleos ATM machine, and it was slow. You know, another store that's using the newer models, Dollar General, well, DG Market and Dollar General, I believe. Which DG Market is just another brand for Dollar General. In DG Market, they sell food products as well, vegetables, fruits, and meats. In DG Market, they also have the same ones as the Walmart in Victoria and Kingsville. I saw DG Market that was in a former Walgreens a while back. Man, Walgreens. I remember when Walgreens in Port Lavaca was being built. I was like, Mommy, look at that. They're building something. And it turned out to be Walgreens. CVS, not to be confused with CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System, but CVS Pharmacy. That was our that was our to-go pharmacy, or go-to pharmacy. Sorry. It was in Calhoun Plaza, which is kind of like a center, like a shopping center of sorts. Not a mall per se, but a shopping center. Fortunately, they closed down. Oddly enough, I think it was recently, fairly recently. Like, they've been closed down for 4 years, 3 years or something. CBS built stores in Texas around 2004 before they bought Eckerd the same year. Okay. Yeah, CVS. That's one store that I remember that's not around in Port Lavaca. Lax Furniture. Another one. By the way, they took down the old Lax Furniture in Port Lavaca. Now they're replacing it with a Speedy Stop gas station. You know? Yes, I know I have 20% battery. You don't need to tell me, iPhone. Speedy Stop has locations around the Houston area, but not many. Yeah, they're actually a chain from Victoria, so. The original store in Victoria that they built or opened in 1983, if I'm not mistaken. It got sold to 7-Eleven at one point, and now Speedy Stop is back at it. Go figure. At least I have my keys now, so I don't get locked out. Imagine if the Texan acquired Speedy Stop. I'd like that. Hey, who knows? Yorktown and Victoria collabing. No, I'm not gonna lock the door. Because my roommate is in there. Yeah, my roommate is eating Chick-fil-A. The Texan needs to become more Legion. The Weber needs some more real competition. You think so? I'd be open to that. And you know what? The Texan is the closest to Buc-ee's But Speedy Stop, believe it or not, is not far from that. Yeah, they're actually the second closest thing after the Texan to Buc-ee's. By the way, on campus, whenever you go here outside, you'll see lots of stray cats, which is neat. All right, let me just put this in here. Hopefully it doesn't overheat. Gonna open or turn this baby on, and let's make some noise. All right, so Buc-ee's is starting to become the next star of regional gas station chains. Yeah. If Buc-ee's is next star, then what would you consider? Then what would 7-Eleven be? Like, I don't know, Skydance or Comcast? 7-Eleven is the Disney of gassing. LOL. Oh, Disney. Okay. Sheesh. It's hot out here. Oh my goodness, like, I know I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Apparently it was 124 degrees in Port Lavaca, according to a Facebook post like a few weeks ago. When I first saw that, I was like, what? Yeah, I'm not even lying. I'm like, what? Just like Adam would scream. Yeah. Won't be long till we evaporate, I guess. Yeah, and unfortunately it does no justice to my phone, because it is about twice as much at risk of overheating. So yeah, that's all cool and dandy. This is so cool. It's like being on a field trip to your college. Yeah, exactly. Stop sign. Ratama Drive, I think this is called. Hey, this campus even has their own custom. Oh well. Don't worry, I'll pull over and get this back on the road. Sorry about that. I did not expect that, but I will pull over. Because, you know, I don't want to do this. I don't want to drive and it just hits me. So I'll pull over and I'll put myself on parking. And let me get that phone back up. Alright. There are homes literally just across the street from campus. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Be careful now. If you focus on driving, I can wait. Yeah, no worries. I'm parked, I've got everything under control. The truck is parked. It's on parking mode, so let's get that back up and let's continue. And guess where we're going, my friend? Guess where we're going? We're going to DQ, Dairy Queen. The one chain that Texas adopted. Whereas Whataburger, I said Whataburger, did I? Didn't I? Was born in Texas. HEB was born in Texas. Well, it's not a food chain, but it's a grocery store chain. Dairy Queen was Illinois or Minnesota. Yay, a Dairy Queen field trip. Right. On the side, we have a few of these fixtures here. One of them involves a Smoothie King and also something called Texas A&I Alumni. Is there a Jack in the Box nearby? Oh, sheesh. Yeah. Good question. I don't think there is. Like, truthfully, I don't think there is. Hold on just a moment. We'll get to Dairy Queen in a second. Kingsville doesn't look much different from suburban Houston. Yeah, Kingsville is basically a suburb of, gotta get it before. Why is it not charging? There we go. Oh no. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. Sorry. I got my hand here. I'm focused on the highway, folks, but I want to get you a view of Kingsville. So I'm trying the best I can. So I'm probably not going to read the comments just to be safe. But yeah, Kingsville, it's like 40 miles or 30 or 20, I don't even know, from Corpus Christi. Which, by the way, Corpus Christi, Corpus means body, and Christi means of Christ. Have you ever known that? Ever heard of that? So, translated, Corpus Christi means body of Christ. It was a Latin name given to the city. Okay, I'll wait for you to finish driving. Yeah. It won't take long. It won't take long. Finally got it back on the stand. Yes, I know that it meant body of Christ. Very nice name for the town.